Hi guys! Welcome back to Y'all Hearing This. My name is Kay. Thank you guys so much for coming back and joining us.
Yes, and my name is Honeybee, or you can call me B, whichever you choose is all right with me. Okay,
That's
period.
right.
Yes, welcome to the podcast, y'all.
So excited to talk about Stray Kids today.
We talk about your babies, girl.
I know. I love them so much. It's so funny. We talked about this in our BTS one, how BTS is kind of like the gateway drug.
Mm-hmm.
And then I definitely got into Stray Kids next.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just have such a fun sound. You know, they're and much more intense, I feel like, than BTS for a lot of their stuff. It's like harder or something. Do you know what I mean? And like they do have softer songs, don't get me wrong, and I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but like, yeah, there's just something about them that is so amazing, and the fact that they're all self-produced is just blows my mind.
That's so dope.
That's
so dope.
I know, and I was talking about this on the guide video too. But yeah, they just inspire me so much to want to go out and make my own music and just do all the creative things, you know, that they are able to. I don't know. I just I'm so. It always amazes me when someone can like take something out of their brain and like make this thing, you know. Like I'm not a person. I can't draw. I can't do things like that. But like I feel like music, I can do that, you know, and it makes me want to, you know. So I don't know how you feel, but like this.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I feel. I mean, the way that you feel, obviously, you know, like about like the same thing that you feel about. That and basically what K-pop like does for you, like in that's what like R&B and soul and like, you know, like just the eclectic type of things, but specifically R&B, soul, funk, like that's what that does to me too. You know what I mean? Like I completely get that feeling because it makes you be like, wow, no matter. And obviously like as you get older in life, like, and I'm starting to experience this now, like I'm 34, I'm going to be 35 soon. And like, I've hit that point where I'm looking at like things and I'm like, damn, like I wish I would have did that. Or like, I'm like, oh my God, like goodness, people are always like, Chris, you should do music or you should do this. And I'm like, damn, like I feel like it's too late for me because, it's not like there literally was just, first of all, there's so many different examples. Like you got Susan Boyle. Right off the grip. Yeah. You have.
She's in her 50s.
Right. You got J-Lo out here in her 50s still doing her thing. Madonna released an album like a couple of years ago and she was like 60 something when she did it. There's so many people out here and like I always feel like that idea, like the ageism within music industry, I feel like, and maybe because we haven't talked about it yet, but I don't and that was the thing that really stuck out too with the whole idea of being inspired and whatnot, kind of bringing it full circle. That I don't feel like there's that ageism idea. At least I haven't seen it within K-pop music the way that I see it in American music. And maybe it's because we haven't talked about it yet. But I just feel like there's such a thing in American music where it's like, and many artists have talked about it, that when you just hit that certain age, it's like, oh, your career's over. Like if you're a female in the music industry and you hit 40, that's it. Never mind 40, like 35, 30, like that's it. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it's not.
I think that there are, now I don't know for sure, because I have to say all of the groups that I've listened to are pretty young. I think the oldest group that I listen to really is BTS, and like their oldest member just turned 30, you know?
Wasn't there like a group that you had saw on, is it Kingdom? And it,
well, that's true. That's true. Okay, they're in their 30s, early 30s. So yeah, no. So that's true. But I have to say I haven't like followed them. Right. But that group that specifically, they are way more vocally.
Okay.
You know, I think there is a couple members that do dance and like they all dance.
Right.
Are more dancers.
Yeah.
But, like, I think at a certain point, as an idol, you probably can't be doing the crazy dances that you do when you're 20. You know, I mean, just, you know, you just can't. Your body is just physically, you know. So But I do believe, I mean, so JYP, so that's the company that Stray Kids are under, but that's also that guy, he was in the guide that we were talking, I meant to point him out, but he actually was an idol, he still releases music, and he's in the 50s, 60s, but that, like, it's his company. And so I think it's probably similar to America. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain point where you kind of like age out of like the idol system. But then I think there are people who are older who do different things. I know there's a couple older idols that have worked with a couple of the groups like ATs and things like that. So, but yeah, I think as an idol group, I don't think there are that many older that I know of. Anyway. And definitely, let us know in the comments if you guys know of older ones. But the one we're talking about from Kingdom is B2B. Yeah.
But yeah, that's to kind of like long answer longer. I feel like the same way that you got inspired. Like I feel that way too, and I get where you're coming from, and it's invigorating. Is that the right word? Yeah. Invigorating to feel that and witness that, and to be able to definitely be able to accept that in this day and age, because never mind all the other things we're dealing with in the world that might be, against us or how we look or our beliefs or whatever the case may be, to find inspiration in such a crazy time. Yeah. Okay.
Like that's the thing is like music. And like music to me, and to both of us, I mean, we've talked about this. So, I mean, that's what this whole podcast is all about. Right. Is it such a comfort in so many ways, but it's also like a kick in the ass when you need it, and it's also, it's a safe space, But I think that it's also it has this ability to, like, I think what I'm trying to say, is that. Like me making music, like of course, yes, of course, I would love to be famous and blah 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 blah. Right, actually, I probably wouldn't. I don't know, but who knows? But like, I think just the fact that
she would love to make an impact with everybody across the world.
That's a good
in whatever form, whether it's music or podcast. You just want to.
I want
touch as many people as you can with your spirit and your talents and everything. I get it.
That is it, exactly.
The reach. It's the reach.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if one of those ways is music,
then so be it.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
But even if two people heard it, even if it was me and you.
Right.
The fact that I made it is great, know. Now, we're still working on it, so we're, the process.
Give it time.
Because, anyway, but yeah, I love singing. I know, I mean, that's how we met. We met at karaoke. But yeah, it's just, there's something about Stray Kids that just really super inspires me. I mean, all the K-pop groups, but specifically Stray Kids really kind of started it for me. And BTS too, to a degree, because they are also very self-produced. I don't think quite as much as Stray Kids, although they do all of their solo stuff and all that sort of stuff. But just the fact that like these 16, 17-year-old kids were out there just... It's so amazing to me. It's so amazing to me. And I love that with American artists too. Anybody who's out there, people like Billie Eilish. And,
Yeah, Billie Eilish for sure. Olivia, what's her name? Rodrigo. Yeah. She's definitely one too. Like... And she writes all her own music, which is like even crazy too. Which is so funny. Do you feel like when it comes to younger artists, do you feel like there's a stigma? Because granted, like in the sense of what they write about, because I remember like specifically talking about JoJo, you know what I mean? Shout out to JoJo Hager. But like JoJo, I feel like she got a lot of flack, and a lot of young artists too, for singing about subjects that people thought that were too old for them, or maybe things they haven't experienced, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I guess, so that's kind of my, that was kind of my joke about Olivia Rodrigo, is like, she wrote this whole album about like love.
Sour,
and I'm like, you're 16.
Right, 17. But then you think about it, and it's like, I remember.
Those feelings are just as real then as they are now when you're older.
Intense, exactly. The intensity at that age.
So absolutely. Anybody can write about anything, you know? I mean, and you can write about things that you don't know about too. Mm-hmm. You know, you can read a book that makes you feel something. You can watch a movie. You can do, you know what I mean? There's so many things. You don't necessarily have to go through it yourself. Yes. You know, so yes, I joke when I say that, you know, but but yeah, no, absolutely there is, you know. I feel that. Absolutely there is. But
I definitely feel that.
I think anyone at any age has that capacity to feel those deeper human emotions that are what can make music. And like, don't get me wrong, fun music is super fun and I'm so for that too. But when you really connect with something, there's something deeper there, you know? Right. And anyone can feel that at any age. Right. You know?
I completely feel that. And I think it's important to have artists like Stray Kids. It's important to have artists like the Olivia Rodrigos, you know what I mean, out in this world, the Billie Eilishes, the Beyoncés, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, the Madonnas. It's just, you need that, what's the word I'm looking for? You need that eclectic type of like group out there to show you that, one, it's still possible to accomplish your dreams no matter what age you're at. But two, to show like just how creativity is evolving. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And to really see it. So like when you do hit that moment when you're like, you know what, I really want to start doing what I want. Now you have all these examples of how it's evolved. And it's like, now maybe you weren't ready to do it when you were younger because you didn't have the tools that are available now that might make it easier for you to come out of your shell. Yeah. So I think it's important to have all these young artists because they are going to influence you to do your best. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it shows just, you know, the evolution of music and how it can really impact people. Or just, not even just music, but just the evolution of creativity.
Yeah. And like, I know, and I feel like too, coming into K-pop specifically, I feel like K-pop spans so many genres, and the fact that they meld them together, like the fact that, especially that they have like, you know, like the rappers, the R&B, the hip hop kind of side, but melding it with that pop, with that ballad, with that whatever, you know, it just has this sound that's so like exciting and new to me that I just don't feel like I've heard here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you find that too.
No, I feel that. I feel that. I feel like they go about, the one thing I noticed about a lot of K-pop music is I feel like they have somewhat similar formula to each other where they have like the way that they blend genres, right? Where it's like the chorus, the verse might be like very poppy and then there's always a beat drop. Like there's always a drop. And then like this R&B hip hop type of sound comes on or something. Like I feel like that's the formula, but I feel like even though that's the base formula, because of how creative the new generation is, like they could literally repeat that formula over and over again and it always sounds different. Yeah. It always sounds new.
There are so many different ways that they do it. Like, one of my favorite examples recently is Halazia from ATEEZ. Because there's a whole point where you think that beat's going to drop. Right. And then they start sounding a bell. Right. And then it goes into like a slower chorus. Right. And then the beat drops. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And it's like, you're like waiting for it, but then what comes is so amazing that you're like, oh. Right. Yeah.
It's like I think the thing about K-pop is they have what's the biggest draw to K-pop. Like I feel like each genre, there's like a key draw, right? Yeah. So like with rock, or like heavy metal, I feel like the key draw is aggression and rage. Like, not necessarily saying something negative, but like, that's why, when I think of hip hop, I automatically think of like toughness and attitude. When I think of R&B music, I think of, you know, soul and just gut wrenching, like out of your gut singing. You know what I mean? And when I think of K-pop, I automatically think of just energy, and I think of like consistent what's the word I'm looking for? Like K-pop music has this talent of building up if it's anticipation, like they know how to like build up. That's it. Like they know how to build up a feeling, because the second that beat drops or the second that chorus comes, it's like, like they know how to amp people up. Yeah. That's what it is. K-pop music, I think of instantly amping up and build up. Like it's just they know how to do that, and I feel like each genre, that's what they have a key thing they're known for, and like K-pop is so good at what they're known for, and it's just that build up.
Yeah. But I love that there's so much within it too. And I mean, even within Stray Kids, I know we haven't really listened to much of their slower stuff. If we have we at all, I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't think we really have. Yeah, no.
But they do have some. Oh, I think we did 24 to 25 is our Christmas song.
Yeah.
But that was,
It was still a little like, it wasn't like slow, but like, it wasn't like a ballad, but it was like, it was a, mid-tempo. Yeah. Like chill song.
Yeah. But yeah, they do have some much more ballady type songs too, especially when they do the subunits.
Yeah.
When they break it up into the three. So let's talk about that a little bit. So I know in the guide they kind of went over it. So we've got 3 Raja, who are like the rappers and the producers. Then we've got Dancer Raja, they call it, which is Felix, Hyunjin, and Lino. And then we've got Vocal Raja, which is Seungmin and IN.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that, so they have subunits, but at the same time, they're all so talented that they, Han can sing and rap, Changbin also has a beautiful voice and can rap and sing, but they're also good dancers, maybe not as good as like Lino, but, I don't know. But I love that they can all do everything, And
I noticed that the guide really made sure to put that out there. Like, even though they're part of, Dance Racha, they're all like, they can all rap and sing, you know what I mean? They're all multifaceted in some sort of way. Yeah.
But they didn't show any of Lino's BTS backup stuff. But yeah, there's some videos out there where you can clearly see him as like
backup. See, I like that. Yeah, that's
cool.
dope.
That's cool.
That's interesting. I love little things. See, that's the type of stuff I love. Like hearing about somebody being like a background dancer or a background singer for somebody else, and like how they come to the forefront. Like I remember watching Beyonce's concert DVDs. I know everything's streaming now, but back in the day, you used to buy collectible like concert DVDs and stuff. But I remember watching and like, seeing main characters from Glee being her background dancers or like, stuff like that. And I think that's so dope. Like that's so dope. Yeah. I love that. It. But yeah, it was really good. That guide was definitely informative. And, I was saying during the guide video, like it's so funny because I love that they have guides and stuff, because I feel like us growing up, our version of a guide was looking at somebody's MySpace page, was looking at somebody's Angel Fire webpage. Listen, you know what I mean? Like fan pages and stuff like that.
Taught me HTML.
Yeah, like your blog spots, you know what I'm saying? Your blog spots, your Tumblrs, all of those different types of like that, like your fan pages. Fan pages were a huge thing, and like especially on AOL and AIM fan groups, all that stuff. And it's cool to see these guides created now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was saying during the guide video that although I wish they were a little bit shorter, because some of us, memory retention, and in this day and age, as we get older, what I'm saying, I need a little, straight to the point. But
with 8 members.
It's 8 members. It's tough. It's so tough, because even after, that was the only thing, like, even after watching the guide, I'm like, the name that I still remember is Felix. Like, the one that sticks out, deep voice. It's just, they're all so talented, but, hey, Felix, call me boo. But, like, I definitely love the idea of guides out now. Like, I think it's so dope to see somebody put that much time into it. And I'm just like, it makes me think like, I wonder what guides would have been like, you know, back in the 2000s or whatever. And like, could you imagine a guide being made for like, I don't know, Linkin Park. Right, you know what I'm saying? Or a guide being made for like NSYNC. Like it makes me think like I wonder what they like now.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like I was like, who would I want to see a guide on just to see how people would like break it down?
Yeah. No, I think they're super helpful. And like when I first get into a group, I try. So it's funny because with BTS, I literally just started listening to their music and then I did a guide later. And then with ATEEZ, which has kind of been my latest one, I actually ended up watching... Did I watch a guide first? No. I started watching compilation videos. Because there's like two members of the group, Wooyoung and San, who like have this like super close relationship, so, and everyone calls them Woosan. And so there's all these millions of compilation videos out there of them being cute together. So I started watching that. And then, like, once I got to know the members, then I started listening to their music. And it was a weird way of getting into it. Super weird way, but like somehow I think that made me love them more. You know,
of course, because I feel like that background stuff, it shows you their character, it shows you their inspiration as to why they're doing what they're doing. Yeah, and I'm sure you saw the creation of some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like if anything, it would make you feel closer. Yeah, I just watched that Lizzo documentary, and that made me fall in love with her even more, and I learned so much, and then. On top of that, then they just released her concert, like recently, and it was kind of based off of that and off the special album and her tour right now. And even that was like, it just made me fall in love even more because I had watched the documentary. So I can see how, like, if you watch the guides first and then listen to the music, it would make you have a fonder appreciation.
With 8 people in a group, sometimes you need a guide to just be like, who is who is who.
And you have to watch it a lot. For me. If you're one of the people like me, like, I'm gonna have to watch it a few times.
You know what helps me too is, so they have those, and we've watched a couple of them, the lyric videos where it has the people up top and it's like
I like that. Yeah.
And it shows you who's singing.
That's my favorite.
But it has the picture too and the name, so you can kind of go, oh, okay. Blah,
yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So that helps me too.
Because it helps you listen to the tones of their voices. So it's like, oh, okay, I know who that is. Like, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, no, that's Sugar. Okay, that's RM. Like, that's...
Yeah, BTS, you know what I mean? I can tell absolutely. Stray Kids, I can tell absolutely. ATEEZ, I'm getting there because their vocal line is so amazing. Like, Jungkook, you can tell, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm talking way too much about ATEEZ in this. Sorry, guys. I just love them. But I love Stray Kids, too, so don't get me wrong. But Stray Kids, I can definitely tell... I'm pretty sure I could tell everyone apart. I'm pretty sure if I
I know if listen.
Well, I know you know you. I know you can tell Felix.
I just instantly go to Feel, and it's just
but Hong and Changbin too.
They're all incredible.
Yeah.
They're all so incredible. Yeah. Felix is just. Yeah. Felix has my heart.
Yep.
Like, hardcore.
Well, and the thing is too is that they were talking about it a little bit in the guide too, but he is the sweetest. So there's a thing called Bubble. This is incredibly sad because I know I am 42 years old. But there's this app called Bubble where it's like, I forget how much it is a month, but like you can sign up and like certain artists, there's like a private message. Like you aren't like one-on-one private messaging with them, but they like send messages out to like their fans and stuff like that. And then there's also this little like community, and like if you post, like some of them will go in and like comment on posts and stuff like that too. But where was I going with this? Oh, but Felix is the sweetest on there. Like the other day, he sent out baby duckling TikToks to everybody because he wanted us all to feel happy.
That's adorable. See, adorable.
I mean, how can you not love that so much?
Adorable. And I love how fearless he is with his looks. All of them. Like, I think in K-pop music in general, I think that's another
style.
thing. Yeah. And like we were talking about, you know what I'm saying? We might as well just transition over into... Yeah, so we were talking about this earlier, but like, as like, you know, if you guys don't know, I do hair, and like, hey, and we were just talking about, you know, since we coming into new looks and everything like that, new colors and whatnot, it's funny as a stylist watching all their videos, and I know we've talked about it during the videos, but I'm like, K-pop artists are consistently, religiously changing their hair color. And as a stylist, right, it's so cool because just the same way that you're learning about K-pop music and learning about all these different things behind the scenes and all these different shows like they have and the the mamas and everything. It's like the same thing comes with the hair industry. So the hair industry is like completely different in the States compared to outside of us and in other different countries, right? Yeah. And people always saying like, you know, how do artists, and I'm specifically K-pop artists, and we're going to talk about, you know, Stray Kids, like how do they change their hair color all the time? Yeah. And I was kind of looking into it, and I remember that I used to kind of like mentor and work under a famous stylist from the States. And during that time, there was, he used to get sent like different products and stuff to try out. And one of the things that he had gotten was these color gels that came from, I actually think they came from Korea, but I could be wrong. But what you would do is you would literally so like you could have pitch black hair, you know what I mean? Like level 1 hair. And I could get a gel that's this color, put it all over your head, and then you literally blow dry it into the hair, and it looks exactly like this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Like it looks exactly like this. There are so a lot of people that have textured hair in the US now, like those ideas have transitioned to the US now. So now you have products where people who have tight textured hair and have dreadlocks and they have just super coily tight hair, they don't want to lighten their hair. They don't want to do this stuff. They literally have been ordering the same gels, and now you can completely, like, people always want white. That's like the new thing, gray and white and silver hair. Now you can get it without having to lighten your hair. You can just order these gels from Asian countries where it originated and have those looks. So it made me think, like, I wonder if that's what just specifically Stray Kids. I know Felix always has his hair, like, different colors. I was like, I wonder if that's what they do, because I'm like, I can't imagine them like lightening their hair, then not lightening it, then darkening it, then lightening it back and forth back. I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I think so. I think that like for pretty much like every comeback, so every time they release like a new album or whatever, I think they all kind of like whoever makes the stylist, whoever makes the decision kind of comes up with like a concept for them, you know, and then we'll do whatever. But like I know sometimes like speaking BTS, so I know for the Busan concert, like J-Hope, remember how he had kind of a moody with like some blonde, like that was all clip-in stuff, you know? Jin did some stuff for the astronaut where he had like a hairpiece on kind of thing, you know, just to make his hair like fluffier than a kind of thing, you know? But I don't know. I have no idea about the color gels. I think, I mean, sometimes I do see them like fade out. So I think it might be real color, you know, but I don't know. But it might be something too, where if they're going to like a show or something, then they want to refresh it. Then sure. Yeah.
Cause I just like, that always intrigued me. I will say, it's definitely known that, anybody, with just any sort of like Asian, you know, history, or, you know, if anything from their culture or their own personal DNA, however it works out, anybody that has like Asian genes and whatnot, their hair is so strong. And which is why like a lot of stylists will say, you know, if you have to lighten Asian hair to get it super light, it's like most times people are so worried like about lightening their hair. But if you have just Asian ancestry, your hair can withstand so much. So it's not impossible for them to lighten their hair, but it's like, just as a stylist, I'm like, that is bananas.
Well, also,
because whoa.
Yeah, and some of the colors are so bright and vibrant. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
You gotta be light.
Yeah, like Hyunjin, for one of the dancers. He's the one who had like red hair.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe it's a combination.
Yeah.
Like they do color, but then they also do
the gel
for like the video or for like a concert.
Well, if they all had their hair lightened, as long as they all stayed blonde, they could always put gels on them and it would just be vibrant.
Yeah. But I mean,
That'd be interesting.
It's funny because, you know what, I have noticed that too with a couple of them. I think Sungmin especially, he sometimes will have just like streaks. And I bet that's what they do. That's
kind of dope.
I bet that's what they do is that they just do like a gel for the streaks or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think that, granted, yes, like whenever they do a comeback, they always change their looks and stuff. But do you think it would be more effective to keep like the same look or like to keep like some consistency? So for instance, like BTS, they're all known and color coordinated by their mics.
Yeah.
So even when was it Jin that played New Year's?
No, Hobie.
Okay.
J-Hope, yeah.
J-Hope, okay.
Sorry.
So
15 million names.
Right. J-Hope. Yeah, no. So J-Hope, like when he performed, he still had the same color mic as he performed. So like, do you think like it would be more effective for K-pop artists to keep the same color hair throughout their comebacks? Whether it's like so let's say somebody's blue, maybe each comeback is a different version of blue.
Yeah.
But it stayed blue throughout.
I don't know, because some of them don't really change their hair into crazy colors either. It's like, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, like, a Han from Stray Kids with a crazy... Have I? No, he has done pink, I think.
Because, like, I think of Lisa from Blackpink. Like, she always has bangs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, 9 out of 10 times she has bangs, but there are times where she has, like, different altered versions of bangs.
Yeah.
They might be longer, but, like, she always has bangs. You know what I mean?
I don't know that I'd want them to stay the same color, because then you can't really play with it, because each of their albums have different concepts and things like that. So... I don't know that I'd want them all to stay the same. Would it be easier when you're first learning them to tell them apart? For sure.
Girl, you ain't never lie. I'm over here I'm like, well, shit, let me try to memorize their hair color, bitch. I'm out.
No. Just no, there's no, that's no, it's not, that's not going to work out for you.
Listen, I'm here for all the individuality
what
and
we
all
should
of
do
that.
is we should watch all the videos from like one comeback, from one album, and then you might be able to tell their hair color.
You'll be like, okay, only to find out they change it throughout. I'll be like, I hate it here.
No, I think they're pretty consistent within like, I'm trying to think. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I could be totally wrong here, but I'm pretty sure like within one album, they all stay pretty much, similarly. A different style or whatever. But I don't know. I love that fact. We were kind of talking about this before. I mean, like with my hair and stuff too, like I love being able to just be like, you know what? I want to try this whole different color. I want to try this whole different look, And I know with your braids and everything, you're able to...
For example. Yeah. I'm constantly doing different colors and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it's just fun because you get to just explore and like, does this color look good? Great.
Right. And it's like different versions of yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like you're multifaceted, just like your artistry.
That's right. That's like the glasses are cheap enough now. You can buy a ton of different colors. And
and just live your best life.
That's right.
I love it. Yes. And we love you.
Yes, we love you so much. We hope you guys enjoyed and are enjoying the new podcast format.
Yeah.
Definitely go check out our Patreon. We have podcast polls over there. You can even, totally control our podcast 1 week exactly. Yes, it's over there on the side. For those of you listening, it's patreon.com/y'all hearing this.
Yes.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys being here and supporting us. It means the world to us.
Yes.
We love you so much. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes,
Check
until
out
next
Fridays.
time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Mwah.